Nicole, graduate from Wheatfield High School, Cornell alumni. I worked for the juvenile justice system for the last 10 years since my graduation. My question is many of the youth in this town and the surrounding communities wind up within the juvenile justice system. Many special needs kids, conduct disorder, oppositionally defiant kids. Programs that our community cannot afford to fund at home, we have to send these children out. So sitting in the auditorium that I grew up in, with the taxpayers that have supported us, could you tell me a good story? Because I hear a lot of them from all the other towns that have supported the fracking or the gas drilling, that have been able to take care of the children in their own economy and in their own government and raise and successfully help do something good instead of seeing them wind up in OCFS custody or the Department of Justice. Do you have a good story that you can offer to us showing that the influx of money that's going to come into this town to help our children?
Is your thesis that, again, we're not talking about a prohibition in this town, we're talking, let me rephrase, come on. I want to make sure I understand the question. I want to make sure I understand the question. You're just talking about a moratorium in this town. So your thesis is that the imposition of a moratorium in this town at a time when gas is under $2 and at a time when everybody agrees that even if there was a way of whether we had a severance tax or whether we're talking about ad valorem taxes, that there wouldn't be any money, not a penny's worth of money to any town unless that gas was at $4.50, and nobody expects that gas to be at $4.50 for another 4 years. Is your thesis that a one-year moratorium in this town would be responsible for having Newfield children end up in the juvenile justice system? Because I don't have an answer to that. Is that the question?
No, my question is, in the towns that have seen an increase in productivity, economy, and money, the things that the sports teams, the after-school programs that we're able to benefit, the special needs classes that we're able to benefit, the money that we're willing and able to spend when it's not so tight, the things that we can do for this town instead of the things we're going to say we can't afford to write that check for. Do you have, because I've heard them, I talk to many counties every day on a daily basis.
The closest, I hear you.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just asking for like a feel-good kind of story.
The closest feel-good story I have is Bradford County, Pennsylvania. Bradford County, Pennsylvania is typically held up as a poster child of all that's good and great about the gas drilling industry in Pennsylvania. The only good, if I'm doing this the right way, and social services and things like that, the only thing I know is that in Bradford County, which again is a poster child for all that's good and holy about the industry, is that between August of 2011 and February of 2012, the Social Services Department of Bradford County removed 7 children under the ages of 12 from their families. They didn't remove them, took them away from the parents. Not because the parents were on crack, not because the parents hit them, which are what I thought people got taken away from. They took them away because those kids had no place to live because of the influx of temporary workers, not full-time workers, but the influx of temporary workers displaced all these families headed by single women. And these kids were literally in the street. So Bradford County, Pennsylvania, that's all I know about, took that many kids away from their families. I got the letter if you'd like to see it.
Yes.
Is that a good story?
No, it just proves that you are completely biased.
Me?
Next question, please.
I don't believe that.
Next question.
Who got